Firstly, we go into indexing and we open the batch, and that displays the first document. We then enter the unique document reference number from the image, or part of that reference number, and we can then select the matching record. Here you can see that in PASS you've entered the name as Sean Ryan. When we select this record, that's translated into the user's name, Windows logon. We save the record, it then automatically displays the next record, and again we can save it. So we've now got two records on the system. When the technician or support person opens their Scan2PASS application, they will see the records that are outstanding for them to process. Click on the record, display the image, and then right click on the record and select the option to update the document coding. Then get presented with a list of all the indexes, and they can then select the nominal code from a drop-down list. I've only put a few of them in here at the moment, not the whole lot. Once they've selected the code, they then get the appropriate departments for that code and the authorizers. As you can see, the record is then updated with the coding. Once it's been updated, it can then be forwarded to the budget holder, either with comments or just by clicking the approval button. That then disappears from the user's list. If the document needs to be split between several users, again, the technician can select the first coding. They can split the value of the invoice and update. So we've now got an updated record for the first split. If they right click on the record, they can then select the new index option and create another split. Put in the value for that particular person and add the document. So we now have two records, both pointing to the same invoice, and again we can split and create as many of these as we actually like for the record. Okay, so we've now got three separate splits for the invoice, all going to the required authorizers, and all of them pointing to exactly the same invoice document. If we now select all three of the splits, right click on the record, we can then send them all in one go to the budget holder. There's now nothing left for the technician to actually process. So we now open the budget holder's profile, and you can see all of the documents that are outstanding here. Obviously these would normally go to the individual budget holders, but just for this purpose I've put them all into the same profile. So the budget holder selects the first record in the queue and can then either approve it or approve with comments. Once it's approved, it's moved on to the next stage. With a split document, again, the budget holder has the option to approve or approve with comments or reject. So if we approve this one with some comments, we now have a look at the application that would sit on Colin's desktop, and you can see that there's two records appearing there. We also have a split section and a comment section. So when we click on the record, it's highlighted yellow. The second record there you can see is highlighted red, and it's highlighted red because not all of the splits have been approved. Some of them are still at the checked stage. If we try to pass this on for payment, you can see that the system won't let us because there's still some splits that are actually outstanding. If we select the one that's been approved, if we want to, we can add a special comment in, and again that will automatically update the comments listing at the bottom. Once you're happy that the document's complete, it can be then passed for payment and it's removed from the list. If part of the document has not been approved, you can send an email to the authoriser to tell them or remind them that the document needs to be processed. They then get an email with a link so that they can go directly to the document and update it. Okay, if we look at the other two splits in this document, we can approve them. And with this one, we'll approve it with comments. There's now nothing left for the budget holder to do. The documents have been passed forward, and we can now see that the record has turned black because all of the different splits have been processed. The colours match up to the different splits for the comments, so it's quite easy to see who added which comments, and we can see everything in one frame so that we don't have to open the different splits to see the comments. Once we're happy that's passed to for payment, we then have two options on here. The other option is to view the completion. So this is what would sit on Amanda's desktop. She can then see the documents with the updated comments to say that they've been passed for payment and the username of the person who passed them on. You can select multiple documents to be processed, and once PASS has been updated, you can complete the record. When you go into PASS and click on the PASS button, you'll then see all of the splits for the particular invoice that's been selected. Here you can select an individual split and have a look at the audit trail and see all the comments and different processes that have occurred to the document.